Hello fellow Brick fanatics, DJ Bricks here, back for another video, and today I have a review for a 2022 Lego Marvel Avengers set. It is the Black Panther Mech armor. It is set number 76204. It's recommended for building ages 7 and up. Comes with 124 pieces and retails for about $10 here in the United States. And this is one of the last few mechs before they change the style here in the new year, and it is themed to Black Panther, presumably to coincide with the release of Wakanda Forever. This is one of the other ones that did have that little thigh issue that caused these sets to be delayed a little bit to fix it. But without further ado, let's start deconstructing it and see how it stacks up, starting as always with the minifigure. So taking a look at the Black Panther minifigure included, I really can't tell what this is supposed to be based off of. It kind of looks like the movies, kind of looks like the comics, kind of looks like a mishmash between them, just that generic Black Panther outfit that they like to slap on merchandising. So it's a little bit of a mixture of everything, but it is really nicely done in terms of the printing. You got some nice detail at the top of the head there with the whited out eyes, the detail of the mask there. You got some nice shading and overall printing for the necklace and the spandex of the suit against his body there. It's all very nicely detailed. This is our first Black Panther minifigure as well to come with something representing his claws that he has in the movie. I don't know if these necessarily work. They're just the Wolverine claw piece reused, but they do look nice. Then on the back, you have some nice back head printing and back torso printing. Again, very detailed and looking very nice and really well done. Again, my main complaints with the Black Panther minifigures, I wish there was leg printing. I don't mind no arm printing so much on this one because I can't really pinpoint what it's supposed to be based off of, but some detail at the legs would have been nice. But there's an added bonus. Get an alternate head for an unmasked version. Now, this probably was done to honor Chadwick Boseman, but the head they picked out kind of doesn't look like him. It's a reuse from that Queer Eye set that came out of nowhere. So it's a reused head, but it works fine for Chadwick Boseman, I guess. Or if you want to use this as a generic comic book version of T'Challa, it works well too. And then his hairpiece is that newer hairpiece that was introduced, ironically, with the CMF Star-Lord figure, with the smoothed around the back hair and a little bit of the curls up at the top. It's very nice. There is no alternate head to face to that head just because of the original set it came in. The character was bald, so no alternate head. So taking a look at Black Panther's mech, it's very nicely built. It does use that standard style that we saw up until the new year coming in. You do have the thin, small little feet, so a little bit of a stability issue standing, but very nicely detailed. You got the purple accents here representing the kinetic energy of the Black Panther suit. That front chest piece is a print. You got some nice silver used throughout for the vibranium of the Black Panther suit, and you got these nice little teeth pieces used as well throughout the build just to give that claw detail that's on the actual Black Panther armor. So, and they use like big claw pieces here for the hands, which again accentuates the Black Panther-ness of it. You got this nice little trans purple book cover piece used as, not sure what that's supposed to be. maybe it's a heads-up display when you put the figure in the mech, or it's a small little shield. However, it's unprinted, so it's kind of up to interpretation of what that's supposed to be. But zooming in a little bit, you can see my camera's not really picking up that well, but there are scratches heavy on mine. So, and that's just from other parts rubbing against it in the bag. So that's something that's increasingly getting problematic with Lego and their quality control since they switched over to the new plastic. But you can open the chest up and place your minifigure inside. It does include that little 1x2 specialized mold there, just to latch the feet onto. You don't have to remove accessories either to get Black Panther in here, and it just shuts very nicely and snugly, and you can have, again, looks directly through whatever that's supposed to be, but it does look pretty nice. So going over articulation for this thing, shoulders, you get a lot of front and back motion. You can go 360 with it. You can splay it out a little bit. So a lot of nice movement at the shoulders there. Elbows come up to there. It's just hindered by the build of the shoulder down there, so it doesn't really want to move forward all that much. You got a ball joint at the wrist as well. You get a lot of motion out of that as well. I forgot to mention you do have the peg exposed for just building techniques of getting the hands there. The fingers are individually clipped on, so you can pose them. You get 3 fingers and a thumb. They just move in and out, so you can get a nice amount of posing there. Because of the redesign of the hip area, you do not get the waist swivel of previous mechs, but you do get the leg up to there. You can split it out a little bit at the thigh area, but there is a lot of limited movement with that redesign, and you get a nice bend at the knee and a lot of ball joint there. You only get really a little bit of rocking back and forth with the foot here. You get nice forward and back, a little bit of rock, but you do get some swivel, so you can easily get this into some nice poses, which kind of offsets the wonky nature of those small feet. There are some limitations, however, as I pointed out, with the shoulders and the hip area, but you can get this thing into some pretty dynamic poses. Only thing really to watch out for with the small feet that I like to put on some of these, doesn't really get that much into some good stances with the feet. You kind of have to finagle it a little bit to get it there, but you can get this thing into some pretty sweet poses. Pieces for the Black Panther Mech, big standouts. You do get an extra one of the ear cowl and an extra one of the claw. So looking at the instructions, small book, you do have, this is an older release, so you have the box art design for the instructions here. You do have T'Challa sporting the progress bar. Build is pretty smooth. Back of the instructions, you do get cross-sell for the entire 2022 Mech line there. Part inventory. Pirate there sporting the win product feedback thing. Taking a look at the box, standard size we see for these Mech sets now. Very weird size as well. You got the Lego Avengers logo up top, nice product shot of the set with some weird purple behind it. I don't know what that's for. Avengers logo, the minifigure callout, set specs, Top of the box, you do have Black Panther sporting the actual size reference, of course. You do have that motif that we see with Marvel sets with the white comic book character paneling thing. And then on the back, you just have an alternate shot of the set in action, as well as showing that you do get that alternate head. And you get a better look at what that background is. I suppose that looks like it's supposed to be the ancestral plane, so maybe that's what it's supposed to be. Going into my final thoughts for the set, build-wise, there are a couple of questionable choices. The thin little legs, that build choice that they did to fix doesn't really work for me, but overall, the build representing the Black Panther character is really well done. I really like the purple accents, the silver accents, the little teeth pieces used throughout just to create that look for the Black Panther character. I really also like the idea of that trans purple screen, shield, whatever it's supposed to be. Really like that. That is also really well done. Articulation, again, there are some limitations, but overall you can get this thing into some really nice poses if you want to. So that is the most important thing with these Mech sets to me. So it does really do that. It's just, again, got limitations, particularly with the feet, the hips, and the elbow joints at the shoulder there. That just really hinders it. And the feet, I really don't know why they keep doing the small little feet thing. It works for like Spider-Man Miles, questionably, but all it does is it limits both ankle articulation, and it gives you less of footing to actually have a nice stable foot to pose mechs on. Minifigures, Black Panther, it's a really done figure, well done figure. I just, again, can't pinpoint what it's supposed to be based off of. And about my only gripe with it, same gripe I have with every Black Panther minifigure from now on, the lack of printing, especially on the legs. The arms, again, not really that bothered by, considering I don't know what this is supposed to be based off of, but some detail on the legs would have been nice there. Quality-wise, I have to call attention to that trans purple piece. It is very scratched up on mine. That is just due to Lego changing the substance that their translucent stuff is made of, and their windscreens and stuff, and that tends to scratch up more easily. So it got scratched up just from being in the bag with the other parts. So yeah, maybe Lego needs to get better quality control with that. Put the trans pieces like that in a separate bag or something to prevent them from being scratched up. That's the only thing I can think of. And $10 for that. This is still a really good price here in the United States. It's a nice little impulse buy for kids to burn their allowance on. It's a nice cheap set if you don't have any money. It's very well worth the value for any fan of Black Panther. Get a nice figure. You get a really nice mech that harkens to the character. Really nicely done. So all in all, this set does get an 8 out of 10 from me. I highly recommend it. But comment below, let me know what you think about this set. Always look forward to having some feedback with you guys. Really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Ring that bell so you're actually notified of when I upload. Smash that like button. Share with your friends, and I will see you in the next video. Until next time, stack on.